Hello, everybody. Dave Woodson, Rural the Prime Real Estate here in Northwest Indiana. Lifestyle Real Estate here in Northwest Indiana. One of the admins of Out of the Box Owls, Out of the Box Real Estate Marketing. Make sure we're live in the group here. Give me 1 second. Just give me one minor second. And we're going to go live. Make sure we're live. And we're live in the group. We're live as we happen. Oh, heck of a day, folks. Hold on. Altitude, come on. There we go. It'll autofocus in a minute, I promise. It's an autofocus issue that every time I fix it, when I click back to normal, it never stays with me. So it'll come back. It'll focus in. I mean, you trust me. You don't want to see me in full focus anyway, folks. It's not a pretty sight, especially the full beard, the three colored beard. It'll tune in a second. Come on, folks. Come on. Tune in. There you go. There it goes. Gotta trick it sometimes. Oh, been a long day today, folks. Did a top 5 video this week. Had a lady contact me. Hey Adam, how you doing tonight, folks? How you doing tonight, buddy? Don't know. I don't think I know yet, but if I do, I apologize. One of those days where I could probably recognize my mother could walk up to me and I wouldn't even recognize her. I am Dave Woodson. Look at this thing. Look at this party started here in like 2 seconds. I've got notes. My guest backed out of me the last second, about 5 o'clock this evening. I had to show houses, so I could not get a backup guest to follow up with me tonight. So you guys got me all by yourself. But don't worry, I'm actually prepared. And hey, Chip Barkel's in the house. Burkle. You guys got me, but I am prepared. I've got notes, which is if you guys watch the show on a regular basis, I rarely do have notes, but I do tonight. And I'll do a Q&A session as well, just for the fun of it. And tonight's wine, it's a Malbec. It's called Cigar Box. I've had it before. It's a very good wine. So you guys can see in the camera. Come on, camera. Focus in, for Christ's sake. There you go. Got to flick it a little bit. Come on. It's killing me. If you don't focus in, I'm going to get mad. Every time I fix the focus, it refocuses on me. So don't know what to do about the autofocus. Say screw it at this point. Be glad you don't see me in full bloom. But what's it take to be successful? I really don't know because don't know to. I know it's still fuzzy. It's. I'm gonna buy a new one tomorrow. There you go. Now we're back in fashion. I'm gonna buy a new one tomorrow. I'm gonna buy a 1080p one or a HD one tomorrow. That's about the only way I can do to fix it because ever since I've upgraded this computer, it's been like that. Abe Mendoza's in the house, Jane Cooper's in the house, Hutton's in the house. So what's it take to be successful? What do you guys think it takes to be successful in today's market? Put in your ideas. I know some of the things that I've got, what I did some research on, are my pet peeves, believe it or not. They are things I absolutely hate when agents do these to me or don't do to me. The hustle and the hate relationships. That is both correct. Hustle is not on here, believe it or not, but hustle's the theme of this. How's that sound? Persistence, the theme of this, is built into this. Relationships, that's number 3. Chip, believe it or not. So you're right on the right track anyway. Jay Kim's in the house. They return calls ASAP, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves. And I understand there's a belief out there, and I kind of tend to believe it. I tend to follow this a little bit as well. That if you get a call at 9 o'clock in the morning, you don't have to return it till 9 or 9:30 or 10 or 12 or but you do return it. There's agents out there who don't return calls at all. There's one team leader that I won't mention any names. He's not listening tonight. He never listens. His name is on every listing out there. You call him, and it's like birds chirping. Well, that is some theories out there, Abe. If I could pull it off, I certainly would. But I can't. I'm pouring myself a glass of wine. The new Dave does not drink the whole bottle while we're on the show, by the way. But he does pour a healthy glass. Steve Pachinelli's in the house. I am honored. They study the numbers. They know the numbers of every of every time they want to every time they want to hit. I can't read my own handwriting. That's what I get for doing this. Oh, they study numbers. And they call back every lead because how I look at it. And this is my Glenn Ross theory. They walk on the lot for a reason. They walked on the lot to buy a car. They've called you for a reason. Now, whether they're going to buy now or 6 months from now or a year from now or 6 years from now, they are going to buy at some point. And I know Jessica in here plays the long game with people. She plays the 1, 2, 3 year down the road theory. They're going to buy at some point. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. They're going to buy at some point down the road. So they do buy at some point down the road. So you see, they've walked on a lot for a reason. Whether they're buying it for themselves or their kids, or they're going to do it down the road, they are going to do it down the road at some point. And they don't cross-platform. If I call you, you don't text me, or if I text you, you don't email me. That's a big pet peeve of mine because I got a nephew that does that to me. I'll email him. I'll email him, then he'll text me. So I can't keep track of my conversations, and that absolutely grinds my gears as my family guy comes out in me a little bit. And you're right, Jessica. I do have a lot of pet peeves, and if every realtor would just play by my rules, we don't have a happy life. If I just rule the rule for one day, I could just if I were a king just for a day. Number 2 is they lead gen daily, and they have many pillars, whether it's Zillow, or they're from social sites to networking. They have no matter what your poison is, they have many pillars among that poison. They're out networking. They're all street walking. Back to you, Jessica. I'm sorry, street walking. They're out door knocking. They're out circle prospecting. They're out cold calling. They're out doing for some owners, expireds, doing video. And don't get me started on video tonight. I'm one of those. I can be one of those moods. And guys, I like video as much as the next guy. But it's just a pillar. It's just a pillar. Maybe when Andrew's back on the show with me next week or in 2 weeks, we'll do the world according to Dave and Andrew. Yeah, you gotta walk in the streets. I've got to when it's a male only crowd here one night. I'll tell you one of my most embarrassing moments when I was doing mortgages and I called a female realtor. It's funny now, but it's in today's world. It's hey Susan Crawford in today's world in today's Me Too world. It's not so funny. She really could have could have really put me out there and online. And and I didn't say anything negative to her. It was just something that was very guy oriented. He was supposed to be on the show tonight, but he backed out the last second. He's staying in a hotel. I think Maribel kicked him out. He won't tell the truth. No, they're having some work done to the house, and so him and Maribel are living in a hotel for the next 2 weeks while they do the floors, paint, et cetera, et cetera. So they moved out of the house for the next 2 weeks. Oh, I'm sure he is. In fact, if he's not here, so we can talk about him if you like. And when they have these pillars, they automatic follow up, and that's something that I've noticed a difference in my business over the last year. Is with KV Core and Lion Desk, I've automated my follow up. It reminds me to follow up, and it sends out texts and emails to them automatically. Which before my early in my career, I was not doing that on a regular basis. Now I'm doing it on a regular basis, and I'm seeing my leads stay with me longer, and I'm converting them easier and better. And with Steve Fetchinelli still in the room, I use BombBomb. Every lead that I get gets an automatic video email from me right now, and then I've noticed my conversion has increased with BombBomb as well. And I know I probably shouldn't be saying this in a room like this, but hey, David Fresquez. Hey, oh my God, I see your name. How'd that happen? I don't see Jessica's name over here, but I see your name over here. I see it. Huh. Maybe they finally fixed it. Maybe they finally fixed their little problem. Well, there you go, Be Live. Finally fix your little problem. I'm cooler than you are. Fix your little problem and light this candle. So you guys got some questions? You guys have questions? Ask the questions. Ask away, because this show is supposed to be two-parter, question and answer, and talk about what it takes to be successful and everything. And I'm not preaching to the choir on this one. I think because I am guilty of not doing some of these things as well. But what I'm good at is returning calls ASAP. If you call me and I want to talk to you, and I need to talk to you, I will call you back immediately. If I don't need to talk to you, I will call you back within the hour. But I don't ever ignore texts or emails or not respond, especially if we're working on a deal. I never not respond. But I will tell you my one funny thing that I love this one tool, slide dial. I'd always call another realtor that I didn't like because I never wanted to speak to her. But I always, if I had to leave if I just had to leave a voicemail message, if I had to speak to her, I'd call her. If I just wanted to leave her a voicemail message, I would slide dial her and say, "Hey, so and so, I don't know why I keep going to your voicemail, but here," and then I leave my voicemail for her, and then she called back like an hour later, going, "Oh my God, I don't know why you keep going to my voicemail," and I would just laugh it off. I was driving her nuts. I'd call her twice a day, and I'd always go straight to her voicemail. I was mean like that. I apologize. This was back when slide dial was first coming out. They network powerfully. So it goes back to Chip's point. They build relationships. They network powerfully. Whether it's from a chamber event to your favorite BNI or LaTip or anything else, a group like that. They call their lead. Gosh, I can't read my own handwriting tonight. I gotta learn to write better. They create connections. They create clients. They create a sport team. They create a sport team. They recruit an A team. Who's petty? I'm not petty. Hey, Banga's in the house tonight. They create a sport team, and they can be petty. I think they can be petty. They can be Like they can be petty in many different ways and still be successful. What it takes to be successful in today's market, Mike, as an agent. Not to be well liked, because I don't think you have to be well liked in your neck of the woods to be successful. But I do think you have to be respected. What's missing in the industry today? I think a fair amount of professionalism is missing today. A fair amount of honesty is missing today. I think a fair amount of what's the word I'm looking for? What's the fair amount of word I'm looking for? Loyalty is missing today. And I think some agents are downright lying about other agents. Or lying about the house they're showing. Or the house they're listing. Common sense, Mike. You nailed it on the head. Common sense is something that's missing in today's industry. And I'm not going to point fingers at any one person or any one group, but I mean, I know if I get a Facebook friend request from somebody from a certain brokerage, I expect the pitch to happen within days, if not minutes after I accept the friend request. I got one the other day, and I got suckered into a hour long webinar, and I actually glad I sat through it, believe it or not, because I actually learned more about this company. Finally learned about the ins and outs of this company. So I was just anybody if before you knock any one company, is sit down is walk a mile in their shoes. But I actually learned some things about this company. I actually learned some things that I liked and some things I didn't like. And I actually learned some ways if I want to start recruiting, I'm going to say that this is how I'm not going to recruit, but this is how I'm going to recruit. This is how I'm not going to do it, but this is how I'm going to steal some of their ideas. I'm going to redeploy some of their ideas. I think they had this guy had some good ideas. There's a lot of good ideas right now that I see out there that people are half implementing, and I'm famous for only half implementing. Haven't had a mouthful tonight. Camille J. Nowoski. I'm probably sure I screwed that up. Victor, I'm not even trying to say your last name, Victor. Because I would just screw it up, and you guys don't need to screw it up. I apologize for that. Again, I can't read my own handwriting. God bless it. It's the pen I use. Every step it's that form of force is every step you take, which I'm not sure what I meant by that. I know what I mean. I know what I mean by that. When they're done with their clients, they keep their clients in the loop. And I'm dealing with some clients right now that they actually love them, but she if I don't keep her within a daily update, she kind of freaks out on me. And the other day, she was like, we're just waiting on the clear to close. She's like, have you done all the work? I'm like, yeah, they did all the work. I told you that the other day, and she didn't remember me telling her that. But she thought they could still back out. They thought the sellers could still back out of the deal, and I'm like, oh God, no, we're just waiting on their lender. In fact, 5-10 minutes later, we got the clear to close from that, and now she's kind of screwing the deal a little bit by wanting to put more money down, which. Fine by me. Who am I to say no? We can't put more money down, but you're doing it at the last second. Now you're going to screw the deal up a little bit. We have to redraw docs and everything like that, and it kind of screws up the deal a little bit. And it kind of delays us a little bit. But we're not gonna say no. You can't put more money down. But you got to keep your clients in the loop at every step you take. I actually do tell them when we get to a certain point in the deal that we won't talk every day because we won't need to, because we're past a certain point. We'll only talk when I need something, but I'll call you once a week or once every couple of days. But generally, no news is good news. Keep that in mind. If you hear from me, that's still a good thing. But no news is good news. Just keep that in mind. And successful rollers keep their clients informed, and they're a roadmap. They tell them A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir here because you guys are all smarter than this. You guys know this already. Number 5, they're organized. I'm organized mostly. This is an organized mess. These articles that I've got to read right here. This is just papers, books and more articles I want to read. Notes I've kept over the last year or so. Things I want to act on. Hey, Christina, how's it going? The things I want to act on in the next couple of months. Those are some walnuts. I'm a pen freak. That's full of pens. That's full of eye cleaners. This is full of pens. I'm a pen junkie. I just love pens for some reason. They have a CRM. They use things like SkySlope and Dotloop to keep their transactions in a neat file. That's one thing I've learned. That's something that I've learned when I did construction. I kept a file like this. Hold on a second. I apologize. I kept a file like this when I did construction back in 93, 94, 95. I got a file like this, and then I had different tabs in it as well. So if you ever needed something, I got the most recent piece of paper on the top. So if you needed a fax about, here you need the latest building permit, here it is. I can pull it off for any file that I've had. I've got out of that habit a little bit, but we're now going paperless. But with SkySlope, the other day I was sitting at a closing the other day, and I needed to look something up real quick, and I just pulled up my phone and SkySlope, and I got the most recent document in there because every time I download something and you sign something, I immediately, after you sign it, I send it to that agent. I upload it to the title company, or I put it to the SkySlope as well. So it's always the most up to date thing is in SkySlope. Is in my SkySlope at all time. So but the one thing I'm lacking, it's killing me right now, is my CRM. And as I'm getting ready to do my first client event next month, I hand over my CRM to one of the assistants that's going to help me plan and invite people to the client event. I'm missing about 20 names, so I've actually got to go to find those 20 names this week and get them invited myself. So and then some of these emails weren't up to date. So that's the CRM's got to be a daily thing. Every day I've got to every time something changes in my CRM, I've got to change it immediately. And every agent's got a training program. Every successful agent's got a training program. I was talking to Jeff Talbot today. You guys may know Jeff. He does some social media stuff for rollers. And I told him my theory when it comes to webinars is I like, and I've got out of the habit of doing this on a regular basis. I'll put a webinar up in the background and just listen to it while I'm working, instead of letting Netflix play or music play in the background. I'll put a podcast on that's industry specific, or I'll put a webinar on that I want to listen to, because I'll find some sort of idea that I can steal from it. And when I say steal, borrow, beg, make better, I don't think it's stealing an idea. If you take their idea and make it better, Mike, come work on my CRM then, would you, buddy? Because mine sucks. And I've got a great CRM. I just got a horrible way of keeping track of it. I got too many people. I have too many people in it, unusable people in it, with fake names, fake addresses, and I just need to go through it one by one and say delete, or junk, and go from there at this point. Because if Jeff Sendo's in the room, buddy, hey, how's it going? But right now, my serum is just lax, just horribly lax right now. But I got a powerful CRM. If I learn to use it correctly, I've got 20 deals sitting in my CRM this year alone. Right now, as it sits right now, I've got 20 deals in my CRM right now. You got line desk too, but I'm getting ready to dump line desk and go full time KV core. Hey, Angie. But I'm convinced I've got 20 deals sitting in my KV core CRM right now, as it sits right now. If I were to work it start to finish, make the calls that it says make every day, I'd have 20 deals this year, just off that. I should hire someone. I should hire a buyer's agent to come into my office and just work my KV core. Throwing it out there. If you want to work my KV core, 50-50 split. 50-50 split, and I will pay I'll pay the transaction coordinator, and I will pay the company because the way my split is. In fact, I want to pay your split. I'll pay 50 split with you. 50-50 split. You want to work my CRM for me? Got 600 names sitting there right now that I need to be worked. Back to your training programs. They watch shows like this. They offer little to no value. No, I'm kidding. I think I offer some good value here once in a while. Sunshine on a dog's butt once in a while. They check in. They buy gifts for their clients, and they're charitable. I think one of the reasons I wanted Andrew to be on the show tonight because he does his bikes for kids, and one of the things I want to start this year was one of the things I wanted to do this year was start my own bikes for Northwest Indiana Bikes for Kids, which I haven't done yet, which I need to get started, which I'll probably do this spring, is get an NWI Bikes for Kids charity going, and at least buy 10 bikes for 10 kids this year, from Maryville to Hobart to Chesterton to LaPorte to Michigan City, which are my hometowns. So start a charity. There's an agent here locally that has a dog pound for dogs, and some of her. No, I'm not gonna go there. That was a bad joke. How many leads I think I have my CRM? I think I got 600 or 700 names in my CRM right now, at least. I was doing the age-old trick last year or 2 years ago. Is this before everybody else jumped on the bandwagon where you put into your put on the garage sale site and everybody would sign up for it to see it. Now that's kind of fallen to the side. If I ran it out of the 600, probably 100, 120. Maybe 150. But how many of that 600 would recognize me if they saw me in the store? That's the trick. That's the trick, though, Mike. How many of that 600 would know me? Probably say 300 would recognize me, but wouldn't know me, but would recognize me. All right, guys, it's 8:30, and I know I started a little late, so let's go a couple more questions before we call it a night. And what do you guys want to talk about this year? I've got the only show I'm going to miss this year is the only one I'm going to miss the next couple of weeks is February 11th. That's the night of my client event. It's February 11th. It's we're going to go bowling, and I'm paying for the bowling and beer and pizza. I think my anniversary, my Picar Parkinson's diagnosis is coming up here soon. I'll be doing another live show for that on my personal channel. That should be coming here any day now, I think. What else is happening? Having the best first quarter ever in my entire career. I will close 3 this month. Should close 2 in February. So I'm actually on track for my fact that I'm closing 3 in January. That's my best first quarter ever, right there. Because I used to blank the first quarter of the year and still pull a 25 out of my ass. But now if I'm going to close 5 in the first 2 months, The rest of the year is going to be cheery for me. But don't worry, Joshua, if you're still watching, we don't celebrate mediocrity around here. I will keep the foot on the pedal. I'll keep the foot on the gas. Pedal to the metal. I'll almost make a bet with you. This won't come off until I close 10. But it's coming off by the end of March anyway. $10 or by the end of March. Take your pick. We don't celebrate mediocrity. So I will, even though I'm in the best first quarter, I will not let off the gas. I'll keep the pedal to the metal. Yeah, that's what my coach keeps telling me. I just gotta sit down and make the calls. I get busy on it. You know what I noticed on my stuff yesterday? I had 2 projects to work on yesterday. You know what I did instead? Laundry. I got one of those projects done, and the other project's gonna be done tomorrow. But I just I gave myself every excuse in the book to do anything else but do my 2 projects. But on that note, guys, it's 8:35, 8:33 in some markets, and 8:35. I'm at 8:33 here. It's 8:35 someplace else. Probably on my stove right now. It's 8:35. You guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys next. What do you guys want to talk about next week? In 2 weeks, we'll have Andrew on. Back in 2 weeks, and we'll have Andrew on. What do you guys want to talk about next week? I will prepare again for next week. The show always goes a lot easier for me if I prepare. And like I said, it was prepared for this week. Just couldn't read my own handwriting. There it is, all my notes right there. Prepared for yesterday. These are actually what I'm going to start doing is I download these every week and put them on YouTube. I'm actually going to start ripping the audio off these and make a podcast out of them once I get better at it. The Dave Woodson Show is going to come back as a podcast. Speaking of the Dave Woodson Show, Mike Holbrook, I had Steve Dahl on the first Dave Woodson Show. On the first Dave show, I had drop-ins the whole 9 yards. In fact, I'm actually going to be doing 2 podcasts this year. I think I got lined up another podcast going to be lined up here very soon. For the sun in the first quarter, another podcast from local podcasts to be lined up here. But I know you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you next week. Any questions? You know how to get hold of me. 219-872-8000. 219-872-8000. You guys have a good night, and I will talk to you next week. And you just missed it. I was just signing off. But I'll stand for another second or two. If you want me to talk, I'll talk to you, Ann. Anytime you want me to talk to you, I'll talk to you. Any questions before I get out of here? You missed a good show. It's all me tonight. Andrew backed out of me the last second, so it's just all me. And this is still the first glass of wine still. Good night, Joshua. We'll talk to you later. You guys have a good night, and I will see you guys next week. Goodbye.